So, 5-MeO-DMT is something that I discovered by chance. I didn't know what I was getting into. I was open. I was like, yeah, let's do it. That will be the opposite, the top range. Let's say marijuana, you have a lot of ego, and MDMA, 5-MeO-DMT, it's like it's like absolutely no control at all, nothing. It's like called the Everest of psychedelics, and it is definitely not for everybody. Yeah, and again, I could see how the experience brought again two sides. The sides of a pain body brought up to be felt and released, and deep transcendental peace to be seen and felt.
Very interesting, Mihai. I was listening to Christopher Bosch, this gentleman who wrote LSD and the Mind of the Universe. And one of the things he talks about is that in heavier doses, like kind of going similar to what you were saying about 5-MeO-DMT, which earlier when I was thinking what you thought about saying that 5-MeO-DMT is a non-dual psychedelic in a way at the top there. One of the things that Christopher Bosch was highlighting was that at a certain point, his journey became more about exploring consciousness and creation. And it had nothing to do with his spiritual arc as a seeker. That was very interesting. Maybe we'll talk about it later if you hear his podcast. But yeah, that was kind of surprising to me, because he said at a certain point, he went beyond the individual seeker's journey, and it became more about experiencing creation as well. And he said that that's necessarily not for everyone.
Yeah.
Do you think that 5-MeO had that element for you? Do you think that there were aspects of 5-MeO which were separate from that?
Well, for me, the 5-MeO, I've done it maybe 5-6 times, and I've done it first time happily, and every other time I was terrified. And each time I'm like, I'm not doing this again. And each time I'm like, I have to do it. Somehow it seems for the higher good of all, I need to do it. And it's, yeah, somehow it evokes very fast. There's like very fast from 0 to 100 miles. For me, it was both the most disturbing, torturous experience in my life and the most beatific and deeply transcendental experience in my life. Somehow it brings them both.
Is it that going into it is horrific, but when you have gone past that, it becomes beatific?
That's how it is for me. For me, it seems like to kind of the shutdown of the sense of me. It's very painful and disturbing, and it lasts long time. It's not like, it's like, so for some people it's like faster, the shutdown of the my sense of me is, I don't know, resilient or something. Yeah, however, I've seen other people, I witnessed other people, and for most people it's more like they slip into universal consciousness effortlessly and easy, and when they come back, there is the deep discomfort and feelings and stuff like that. But definitely after I done that, I could go back to some non-dual teachings, which they were a little abstract before, and I would just listen, and I'll be like, yeah, he's right. That's the truth. Somehow I had other friends of mine who they were interested in non-duality, and I was, or they say, working with me, and they were trying to get this non-duality, and then they would do 5-MeO, and they would come to me and say, hey man, I get now what you're talking about.
Nice.
It was interesting.
Yeah, there is so much here, and I think we're kind of running out of time, so it'll be great if we came back and just did a half an hour on this.
Yeah.
So this is one thing, we'll probably go into it in greater depth later, but you're still back here and you're doing trauma work. But do you have any comments? Because you're going fully into the transcendence aspect, and then you're also still very excited about trauma work and cleaning up, if you will.
Yeah, I'm less interested in the transcendental aspect lately. I have seen that my strive towards imperturbability and absolute peace and transcendental freedom was also motivated by a subconscious desire to not feel sad, angry, fear, shame, guilt, loss, hurt, and that will bring me back. So somehow I feel like that the path towards freedom and real transcendental inner peace is to feel everything, at the human level, and then to do a good job to live fully here, deeply here, not somewhere. If I had to, if I were meant to be somewhere else, transcendentalizing somewhere else, I would be there, but I'm here, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fascinating. I'll have to ask you more stuff later because we've got a couple of minutes. But thank you, man. This was overdue. Hopefully soon I'll edit this and share it with you, and then we can just do DMT.
Yeah, maybe we do DMT and or maybe we can do Scott and DMT.
Well, thank you so much, Mihai.
All right, man. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye. Bye.